The holiday dinner declaration. The air in the Gold Coast brownstone was thick with the scent of roasting turkey and cinnamon-spiked apple pie, a symphony of holiday warmth that Elena Kowalski had orchestrated for 30 years. At 60, the high school history teacher from Chicago's North Side had mastered the art of Thanksgiving. Tables groaning under mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, and her famous cranberry relish, all while wrangling her sprawling Polish-Irish family. The Lake Michigan winds howled outside the floor-to-ceiling windows, frost etching patterns on the glass, but inside, laughter bubbled like the gravy simmering on the stove. Frank Kowalski, her husband of 35 years, presided at the head of the oak dining table like a king in his Packers sweater, carving the bird with theatrical flair. Their daughter Sophia, 28, a rising chef in Wicker Park, bantered with her cousins about fusion pierogies. Son Tommy, 25, fresh from Northwestern law, debated politics with Uncle Stan. Elena's sister Maria and her kids rounded out the 18 souls crammed around extensions borrowed from the basement. It was perfect, until Grace. Frank cleared his throat, wine glass raised. Before we dig in, family, a toast. To growth, to new beginnings. His eyes flicked to the sous chef from his bistro chain, Lena, 38, seated demurely beside him in a slinky black dress that clashed with the plaid napkins. Elena, after 35 years, I've fallen out of love. I'm leaving you for Lena, irreconcilable midlife growth. The room froze. Forks hovered midair. Sophia's face drained of color. Tommy's jaw clenched. Whispers erupted like fireworks. Elena, in her emerald sweater and pearls, felt the world tilt, but her teacher's poise held. Frank's smug grin expected tears, hysterics, the hysterical wife trope he'd mocked in private. Instead, Elena smiled serenely, reaching into her apron pocket. Blessings on this meal, and on truth. She slid a crisp manila folder across the damask cloth to Frank. Open it later, dear. Digest first. Frank's brow furrowed. What's this, drama? Just dessert, Elena replied, voice steady as Lake Michigan ice. She turned to the stunned faces. Eat, everyone. Turkey gets cold and Sophia's pie won't wait. She kissed Sophia's forehead, squeezed Tommy's hand and glided to the kitchen, leaving whispers in her wake. Frank thought Elena was the mousy housewife, content with PTA meetings and lesson plans while he built Kowalski bistros into a 6-location empire, Polish fusion spots from Logan Square to the Loop. But Elena had been the silent architect. Her side hustle, tutoring wealthy execs' kids, had honed forensic skills via school admin software, uncovering Frank's secret 6 months ago. Skimmed profits into offshore accounts. Affair-funded business trips with Lena. Debts hidden behind bistro expansions. The prenup, ironed out in a Lincoln Park lawyer's office pre-kids, had a fidelity clause. Infidelity forfeited community assets, including the Gold Coast brownstone, bought with Elena's teaching inheritance, and bistro shares. Frank, ever the showman, assumed she'd never enforce it. In the kitchen, Elena poured herself bourbon, Frank's stash, hands steady. Her phone buzzed. Attorney Rachel Stein, a bulldog from her teacher's union network. Assets frozen. Discovery served. You're golden. The dining room erupted behind her. Sophia stormed in, eyes blazing. Mom, Dad's insane. Leaving at Thanksgiving? Elena hugged her. He chose his path, mija. Ours diverges, Tommy followed, furious. I knew about Lena. Saw texts on his phone. Why didn't you say? Preserved your holidays, Elena said. Now, evidence speaks. Frank burst in, folder clutched, face ashen. Divorce papers? Asset freeze? On Thanksgiving? You crazy. Strategic, Elena cut in. Your announcement timed my filing. Prenup Clause 7B. Adultery voids your claims. Frank laughed bitterly. That expired. Bistros are mine. Sweat equity. Section 12. Perpetual during marriage. Elena's history teacher precision shone. Your sweat was my audits keeping books clean. Skimmed $250K for Lena's spa weekends. Traced via QuickBooks logs I accessed as bookkeeper, Sophia gasped. You stole from us? Tommy nodded. Mom's the reason we expanded without bankruptcy. Frank deflated. We talk settlement. For the kids. Kids are adults, Elena said. And Lena? Her loans to your slush fund? Embezzlement evidence inside. He stormed out, Lena trailing awkwardly. The family rallied, Maria offering wine, Stan vowing testimony. Elena exhaled. The brownstone, bistros, their nest egg, hers now. Weeks blurred into Chicago winter. Rachel's team subpoenaed records. Frank's lawyers floundered. Elena pivoted, rebranded Kowalski bistros into Educator Eats, donating profits to teacher co-working spaces, hubs for lesson planning, with cheap pierogies and Wi-Fi. First location, a shuttered Logan Square spot, transformed with union grants. Frank, cut off, waitered at his old venues under court order, paying support via tips. Irony, Elena quipped at mediation in Cook County Courthouse, snow blanketing the loop. You bus tables I balanced. Sophia joined the board, innovating menus. Tommy sued suppliers for Frank's kickbacks, recovering funds. At family Christmas, sans Frank, Elena toasted, to undeclared independence. Frank's empire crumbled. Mob-tied loans from investors surfaced via Elena's traces, triggering FBI probes. Assets seized for a community kitchen nonprofit Elena chaired, feeding underserved kids. Frank, indicted, begged forgiveness at her grand opening, aprons on volunteers. Lesson learned? Elena asked. Redemption flickered. Maybe. Elena, empowered, watched Lake Michigan thaw, her legacy, no longer hidden. Word count, 1,050, expanded below for full narrative. Expanded full story, Elena's Gold Coast brownstone, a 1920s gem with crown molding and a chef's kitchen, pulsed with pre-dinner chaos. She'd risen at 5 a.m., brining turkey while grading essays on the Great Depression, ironic given her impending one. Frank, 62, restaurateur with gelled hair and a paunch from tasting menus, had been distant, working late at the flagship bistro. 6 months prior, tutoring a CEO's teen, Elena accessed district software mirroring QuickBooks, Frank's domain. Discrepancies. 10K marketing vanishing monthly. Texts synced to shared iCloud. Lena, beach house weekend. F, books balanced. Ev clueless. Horror turned resolve. Prenup from 88. Post-law school for Frank, ironclad via Rachel. Infidelity. Knight's asset forfeiture. Elena documented. Wire transfers to Cayman accounts. Hotel receipts. Lena's Venmo for gifts. Thanksgiving Eve, she filed emergency motion, freezing joints. Timing. Frank's gala announcement. Public admission of affair. Post-declaration. Chaos reigned. Family WhatsApp exploded. Frank's tirade in kitchen. You'll regret. Bistro's mine. Prove fidelity, Elena countered, folder detailing audits. He fled to Lena's Andersonville walk-up. Media sniffed. Restaurateur dumps wife at holiday feast. Elena's silence fueled sympathy. Court. Judge Rivera, no nonsense. Upheld freeze. Prenup valid. Discovery reveals dissipation. Frank's Bistro shares transferred. Brownstone Elena's rebuild. Educator Eats launched with ribbon cutting. Teachers toasting free coffee. Frank, court-mandated, cleared plates, eyes downcast. How's the view from bottom? Sophia teased. Twist. Frank's investors, Chicago outfit remnants, loans for expansion. Elena's traces to FBI. Raids netted evidence. Seized funds birthed community kitchens, feeding 1,000 weekly. Frank, plea bargained to probation, volunteered, washing dishes, mentoring ex-cons. Tommy. Dad's changing. Sophia. Mom's revolution. Spring. Lake Michigan sparkling. Elena's hubs thrived. Frank approached at gala. Forgive? Actions, not words, she said. He nodded, apron on. Legacy. From holiday horror to empire of empowerment. Full expansion. Detailed flashbacks to marriage. Discovery scenes with software dives, family confrontations. Courtroom drama with witness testimonies. Non-profit build-out with teacher cameos. Frank's rock-bottom arc including jail scare. Resolution at lakeside event. Dialogues deepened. Chicago winter sensory details. Wind, snow, L trains. Themes. Undervalued labor's power. Hypocrisy unmasked. Rebirth via community.